Hello and welcome to Animal Watch, and today we're meeting security Rottweilers.
Today we are meeting one of the world's most capable and feared security guard dogs. A dog not seen as much since the 1980s, when overbreeding almost destroyed his health and good temperament. But today he's back and better than ever as a loyal protection dog to one of the top female security dog trainers in the country. Julie Aspinall not only trains these powerful dogs up for roles in the security sector, but keeps two devoted Rottweilers by her side every night after a threatening break-in left her shaken to the core. With his gigantic wide bite and a loyalty unmatched, the Rottweiler is not only highly intelligent, strong and fierce, but will literally lay his life down for his human. Today we will see what a fully trained security Rottweiler should be like, and boy have we got an exciting episode for you. Meet the mighty Rottweiler, security guard dog. Now, last time Animal Watch met the Rottweiler, we saw his extreme versatility via Rottweiler expert Liz Dunhill. We saw his show side and how amazing he is with children and his family. His versatility was a joy to see, with his tracking, obedience and guard work. But the last 40 years have been hard for this poor breed, who almost disappeared in the 1980s after a series of unfortunate bite incidents with the public. But first, let's have a little recap of his origins. The Rottweiler is a breed with a rich history that traces back to ancient times, specifically to the Roman Empire. Originally bred as drover dogs, Rottweilers were used by Roman legions to herd and guard cattle as they marched across Europe. Their journey eventually led them to the German town of Rottweil, from where they derived their name. In Rottweil, these dogs were further refined and utilised by local butchers to protect their livestock and transport meat to market, earning the nickname Rottweil Butcher's Dogs. Over time, with the advent of modern transportation, their role as drovers diminished, but their reputation as reliable and versatile working dogs persisted. Today, Rottweilers are valued for their loyalty, intelligence and strength, serving in various roles including police and military work, search and rescue, and as beloved family companions. So what went wrong in the last 40 years? The 1980s saw a rise in the popularity of this dog, and unfortunately this meant overbreeding at the hands of backyard breeders, people wanting to make a quick buck for a tough dog who was often paraded around as a status symbol. His health went downhill, as did his temperament, leading to the UK almost banning him after a bout of unfortunate events involving some serious bite incidents. This is why we never seem to see him listed as a family protection dog, as most protection trainers have since chosen other breeds over him, as they feel that his health and temperament was a liability for them. However, times are changing for this wonderful breed, and last time we met the Rottweiler was with expert breeder Liz Dunhill. We were not disappointed. We had heard that top Rottweiler breeders in the UK had rallied together to sort out his health and temperament issues once and for all. However, last time we only got a small taste of his protection capabilities. So today, due to popular demand asking me to go and refilm this powerful breed, I've decided to seek out some of the best security trained Rottweilers in the country. Julie Aspinall, not only famous for being one of the UK's most well-known witches, she also trains up some of the most capable Rottweilers in the UK. This is most certainly a house and property that a thief should seriously think twice before attempting to loot.
Hello, hi!
Hello, Anneka. Nice to meet you.
Julie. So who have we got here?
This is Juma, one of my old Rottweilers who's now retired from security.
Today we are going to be learning all about Rottweilers in the security world, aren't we? What it's like
to have these dogs and train them in the security industry.
Okay.
And you've got bags of experience and you're going to show us loads of different scenarios today, aren't you?
We are, yeah.
Fantastic. So let's go and learn everything about the Rottweiler.
So today there was no messing around and the rain wasn't going to stop us. I had asked Julie to run through some of the most important exercises she uses to train up her dogs.
So we're going to give you a demo of a long send, which we wouldn't normally use in security because the dog must stay on the lead. However, if we went to the security competition, you would need the long send, as that would be part of the scenarios. We're going to demonstrate a search with a weapon attack. So if we come across someone and they've got a weapon, obviously we give them the chance to put the weapon down. If they don't, our life's at risk, so the dog will bite them and then we will disarm them. But we always only bite as a very last resort if we feel our life is in danger. So he's scented, he already knows there's someone here, and he actually knows exactly where they are. So as I've said before, a dog can normally do 500 yards, 400 yards of scent. So in a place this size, he knows exactly where he'll be. Boris, close, close. Good boy. Right, I'll call you an ambulance. Are you all right? So I've had a home invasion, so we're just going to give a demonstration now on how we would train one of our security or personal protection dogs for dealing with someone who is trying to get into your home and onto your property.
Watch it! 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 Watch it is, move away from the gate. Move away from the gate.
I'm coming in, you know, fuck this, man.
Nobody knows you around here, mate.
Mate,
Nobody knows you. Get out, I said. Get out.
Yeah, boy, good lad.
Good lad.
So after being totally soaked by the tempestuous weather, we sat down in Julie's beautiful spell room to have a chat about what it's like with this breed and how far it's come since the 1980s.
One of my passions was always to meet some security Rottweilers. So I'm here today with Julie, who is an expert. Why Rottweilers? Why do you love them so much?
They're so versatile. They will turn on and off a lot quicker than any other security breed. They are more intelligent, they're quicker to learn, and even their look, they look more of a deterrent.
When we cover protection dogs, we don't see the Rottweiler as much as we used to.
So in the 80s, there was quite a fair bit of aggression in the dogs, and there was a lot of people who sold dogs to people who probably shouldn't really have had a Rottweiler. There were so many bites from Rottweilers that they nearly ended up getting banned. So a lot of the breeders worked together and they started to breed calmer nature into them, tried to breed some of the aggression out.
Do you think they've got them back to being a nice balanced breed?
All of my Rottweilers are very balanced. They live in the house as pet dogs.
Yeah.
They roll around the floor with my 4-year-old grandson. But what they will do, they will guard my house. So they've got a really equal temperament now. They will turn on and they will turn off.
Yeah.
straight away.
The common breeds are Doberman, German Shepherd, Cane Corso, which you get as the protection for families, but you still don't think they're at the stage where they can equal those dogs?
Well, they can equal them.
Why are they not as popular then now?
Well, because they're quite stubborn and obstinate.
Right.
And you need to be able to handle a Rottweiler. You need to know and understand their temperament. And a lot of the breeders, they won't sell their dogs for protection or for security dogs.
Okay, is it because they don't want it to go down the same route?
Yes,
that it
they don't
used
want
to?
aggression breeding into them.
So it's sort of nicer that they're a little bit more
Yes.
rare, because then they won't get taken up again
Yes.
and something awful happen like the XL bully.
Yes.
You don't see so many ladies with security dogs. What's the actual story of how it all started?
So I've had Rottweilers since I was 18 and I'm 59 now, so it's a lot of years. And all the businesses I've had through the years, a lot of them are businesses where you have a lot of cash, at market stalls, all sorts of things. So we've always had Rottweilers as protection. Over the years, I wasn't really happy with some of the training because I didn't train them. They were trained by other people. They didn't react. They didn't turn on and off. So they turned them too far onto aggression. They were trained to bite a sleeve, and the dogs get sleeve obsessed.
Okay.
So I was always really concerned about the fact that actually, will they defend me for real? Eventually, I decided that I would learn to train my own dogs for protection.
I understand that you've been in a couple of scary situations yourself.
I have, yes. Had someone come to my house with a gun after cash or gold when I had a gold buying business, and what they did, they actually fiercest gassed the dogs
Wow.
to stop them, but the dog still got up and defended, even though he couldn't see, and he must have been in agony, but he still got up and defended. That was it. They never got into my house. They ran off.
One of the most common questions that we get asked is the dogs always seem to bite onto one arm. So what's to stop the baddie picking up a gun or a knife and just going bang bang at the dog?
A dog is very, very fast, and your aim has got to be perfect because you're shooting at something running towards you.
So what if they've got a knife?
We train the dog to bite the arm that's got the weapon. So that hand that's moving or the hand that's out, that is the arm that the dog will bite. If you've never had a dog bite, you don't understand just how painful it is and what happens to you physically. So if a dog is biting you, you are not going to be waving that knife around. You are going to be literally on the floor crying and screaming, because them dogs, they're ripping into your tendons, they're clamping onto your bone, they're doing severe damage. And what happens, you go into shock. You go into shock and you're in absolute agony and you feel sick, and all you want to do is get on that floor and curl up in a ball.
The dogs aren't going to just go onto one arm, are they? They could go on your leg.
Yeah.
They could bite you anywhere on your body. They could even go for your crotch.
And if someone goes to kick the dog will bite their leg. And I just want to make clear that when these dogs work as security dogs, we have laws that we work to, and we do work within those laws, so the dog would never be off lead. There's a big difference between a personal protection dog and a security dog. The security dogs have to be trained to go to any place and work the same as they would work at your house. With a protection dog, we train them basically to look after an area like your house and your garden. But security dogs, they might go to 10 different places in 2 weeks.
I think it's really interesting to talk about repetitive scenarios. A lot of dogs are just so trained onto the sleeve that they just can't think about anything else.
No, they can't.
So one of the things that you like to do is just lots of different scenarios.
Yes.
So the dog will just be able to adapt no matter what situation it's thrown at.
Yes. In training, 90% of scenarios, the dog probably won't even get a bite, because I'm working on him finding people. Because what's more important is the dog can tell you there's somebody there. My dog should be able to indicate at 400 yards that there's somebody hiding. That gives me time to think, what shall I do? Shall I go and investigate, or can just phone the police, or I can...
Because like the bite
me a
is
choice.
the worst case scenario.
Yes, we don't
isn't
want
it?
biting.
Be
You've got to be at risk for your life. All the things we've done in this film today are basically to show off a dog and what they can do. But in real life, the last thing we want is the dog to ever bite anybody. We want every other way. This is why the Rotties are such a brilliant deterrent, because people don't want this Rottie to bite them.
No, and also because of the structure of the jaw and the head bones and the muscles, the bite is going to be a very, very strong bite, isn't it? Let's talk about a scenario as someone just turns up at your house unannounced. What would your dogs do? What would your Rotties do?
Well, they'd be out at the gate kicking off.
Okay, and what if he went through the gate? What would happen?
They're most
bite.
likely to bite.
They'll go straight to bite, or
Oh, yeah.
they won't just bark. So these dogs are not messing around.
No, they're not. They're here to protect the house. Mine don't stay in the garden unless my gate is padlocked.
Yeah.
So people can't just wander in mine. We can't have any accidents happen.
No.
To be fair, you'd be silly to come through the gate because they will stand kicking off at the gate at anybody.
So if somebody hasn't protection trained their Rottie, do you think the Rottie still got it in him to protect you?
Some not. I've known a Rottie that people have come in, dropped parcels on the doorstep and walked past the Rottie. The Rottie's done nothing. It's wagged its tail.
I'm being absolutely squashed to death by this lump who hasn't even met me until today.
No.
And look at him.
This one here, who's wandering, he actually is one of those Rotties that does not like to be cuddled. Some
Right.
Rotties are not tactile. Some are, some aren't. And this is the problem. People can't read which dogs are which. And then they end up getting the dog round the throat and start cuddling it and end up with problems.
Do they like company?
If you work 8 hours a day and it's an hour travelling each way, don't bother getting a Rottie. They really do like to be with you. I mean, I'm lucky. That's why I do my job, because I can take my dogs to work. In fact, take my dogs everywhere I go.
And they love company of other
And
dogs
they do.
as well.
They do. They all live together quite happily, to be fair. We've had the odd spat over the years. But on a whole, these lot live together absolutely with no problems whatsoever.
For the breed ongoing in the future, do you feel like it's onwards and upwards now for
I
the
feel
Rottie?
so. What I do hope is that we don't have hundreds of people who will go out and buy Rottweilers that don't bother doing any research on them first, because that is what we definitely don't need in this breed.
No, I absolutely agree. We don't want to ever see this dog go down that ugly route of becoming too popular, so you get the backyard breeders get their hands on him and then make them overly aggressive like they used to be in the 80s.
In conclusion, I had thoroughly enjoyed meeting these Rottweilers today, and boy were they powerful. It took all of my strength to hold back one of these dogs. I don't think people realise how heavy and muscular they are. They are dense and huge, and their jaws are very wide with a huge bite force. They are highly intelligent and capable at what they do, and they do it very well. They are tirelessly devoted to their human. And what was wonderful was how well they lay down and relax with Julie after working all day. They were total big love bug lumps, with their cute grumbles when you tickle them and their big brown eyes. These dogs are improving so well thanks to all the Rottweiler breeders who have grouped together now to help this dog make a comeback. I would love to see more of these new, healthier, sweeter dogs, but also I don't want the backyard breeders to get hold of them again. So I kind of like the fact that less people want them these days, as it means that hopefully they will carry on improving. Julie has done an exceptional job training her dogs, and honestly only a fool would try and break into her house. I will be watching this breed, and I think that it has a really bright future.
I've really enjoyed talking to you today and actually meeting these incredible dogs, because as I said, you just don't see them so much anymore. So it's very, very special to see them working, and boy do they work.
Yes.
They are absolutely fantastic. If anybody wants to read up on anything, have you got any websites that you would like to
So
direct
we
people
have
towards?
we have a website for security training and protection training, which is www.fss, that's Foxtrot Sierra, caninepatrols.co.uk.
Okay, fantastic. So if you want to find out any more about the security Rottweilers, then pop by that website and you can ask lots of questions, or even if you're thinking about getting one.
We will always give advice.
If you like this episode of Animal Watch, then please be sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel by clicking the button in the bottom hand corner, and tune in every week where I'll be bringing you more amazing episodes on dogs, wolves, animal rescue and conservation. Bye.